Hello, welcome. Um, this is a video. I don't want to say this is anime zone because I want to start a better way of starting my videos, but whatever. I digress. Today I'm taking advantage of being alone to record, so I want to do small topics and I don't really want to do scripts because I don't really have enough time to write scripts anymore. So when I do scripts, it's gonna be for like long videos. That is the case. But sadly, since I can't work on my story and do a script at the same time or at the same day because I just won't allow myself, it'll be like, I want to focus my attention completely on one or the other. I'm just gonna, from now on, I'm just gonna try to do it like freestyle with some pointers. But yeah, anyways, enough about that. Regardless, let's talk about harems. Harem shows, in particularly, why I don't like them. Um, so let's see where to begin. I know. When I first started watching anime, I loved harems. Mostly because I like the romance genre, and a lot of anime has harem things, and I've just fallen into the harem thing, into the harem trap, because I saw romance in the title, and I was like, oh, this might have romance in it, so why not let me watch it? You know, and that's where you usually find one harem, and then you lead into the next harem, and then so on and so forth. You know, this is also the me that loved overpowered characters and things like that. Like my mentality on anime has definitely changed. I like good stories now. I have such a high appreciation for storytelling now. Well, a year later, when I wasn't like that back then. But so when you look at harems now, it's like they don't really hold up in any way at all. But let me begin with my pointers. Let me begin with my little rant here. Why I don't like them. Let's start with the first one, which is the main character. The main characters are always so bland, and I do not like it. Like, it's not believable why a whole group of girls would fall in love with this one guy. And it really bothers me because most of the times they're not interesting, and if they are, it's not enough. You know, they don't feel like real people, but honestly, neither do the girls. So why does it matter? But I feel like girls have more developments. Most of the time, it's like they fall for him because he was nice to them, or he helped them out to solve a problem. People don't fall in love like that. Like I sure, I have many times in school where I volunteered myself because I felt like it. It was a good day for me. I woke up from the right side of the bed and I was like, you know what, girl X or girl Y, let me go buy you something, or let me go buy this for you, or let me get this for you, or whatever. But they didn't fall in love with me because of that. Like, that just doesn't happen, you know. If anything, they just owe me one, and then the next time I see them, I can take advantage of that and be like, can you go buy this for me, please, as a favor? And then the guilt kicks in because if they say no, and I helped them last time, you know, that's how usually it goes. You know, kids don't be like, oh my god, he went to buy for me. I am in love now. Okay, not to rant, not to rant. You can have a harem and uh and still like have a good character, a good protagonist. Let me think. I know there should be one that has a good protagonist. Well, Monogatari. I think Monogatari is the pinnacle of harems. It's the best written harem, and if anything, being classified under the other harems is an insult to it because it's up there as just a great show, and it succeeds in everything I will complain about here. And the first one being the protagonist. Aragagi, whatever, however you pronounce it, is an interesting character, and he has many layers to him. Okay, I'm sorry. And not all the girls in the thing are in love with him, which I like that. It's like he has different relationships with the different girls. I really like that. Anyways, the next pointer is like a minor one, but I have to mention it. I need bromance in anime. Okay, I swear, no homo. But I like bromance, okay? I have like three best friends. All of them are guys, okay? We all have sausages. So it's like, as a guy, I like talking to other guys because they understand me in ways that girls cannot. So I especially love seeing that in fiction. Two guys, either like hornying around because of some porn magazine or whatever, or just being excited over a show or something. Like, I enjoy seeing friendship between two male characters, the bromance. I love it. And harem shows barely has it. And if they do have it, it's not well developed. Good example, Kirito and Klein, because Kirito always seems so annoyed when Klein is ever around, and the Klein just gets the like short end of the stick and everything for literally no reason other than, Kirito's the main guy and Klein is just a side character. He's like a comedy relief because that's the only place we ever put any other main character, like male characters, in an anime that has harem in it, that has a harem in it. And it's just like, oh my god, like Klein and Kirito could have had such a nice, like a really good bromance. And then at the end of, like, I think it was episode 14, when Kirito was like, Klein, I'm sorry for leaving you that day. I think about it all the time. But it's like, no, 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 no. Don't you try and make me feel bad now. It doesn't work. That also happens in like season 4 when Klein is like defending Kirito. And it's like, Klein, this is a one-sided thing, okay? I can't imagine Kirito doing this for you, friend. I'm sorry. Most of the time he spent like insulting you or kicking you. But whatever. It's a minor complaint because like you don't need other male characters in a harem to make it good. And again, Monogatari, but I just enjoy seeing it, and I would like it if more had it. But I understand why they don't put it, because if they have other like decently well written like male characters that also takes maybe falls in love with one of the girls from his harem that isn't a side character, then that would be even great, because you could have so many good things from that. It could be so entertaining. Uh, I think I can think of one. Never mind. I have a harem show where I forgot its name. I'll search it out right now. Give me a second. Okay, found it. It's Orisuki. I forgot about Orisuki. Okay, Orisuki is probably my second favorite harem. Uh, if you don't know what it is, you should definitely watch it, because it checks out everything I'm also complaining about here. It has a bromance. It has a very interesting main character. If you've seen the show, you know that it's an interesting main character, and all the girls are very fleshed out, and it's very. I just enjoy the subversion that it does on the harem genre, which I really like. Regardless, moving on to my other point. Okay, so the next point is believability. Now, there's this problem that I have. There's this very big problem, and this is especially on adaptations that are from, like, things that are adapted from a visual novel that has many different roots, right? I kind of had this problem with Fate Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Heaven's Field, where I do not like the different versions of the same story. I do not like that whole different path thing. I prefer, just give me one story, and whether it's good, whether I didn't like decisions or not, it's one story, and nothing I can do can change it. Instead of seeing many different what ifs. And I especially do not like when they have romance in those different what ifs, because when the main guy can fall in love with a different girl every time, then it cheapens every time he says I love you, because it's like, yeah, you said that to the other different girls. I literally, if things were different, you would be saying that to the other ones. If just you just this one left turn, you would be saying I love you to this one. So it makes it feel very like it doesn't, you don't feel anything there. And that's one problem I really have with the relationships in harems, because it's like the main character protects a girl for one, like, a few episodes, and it's like, I have such a deep bond with you, and then you know he goes on and protects another one. It's like, I care about you so much, but no, it's like, and then he protects the other one, and it's the other one and the other one, and it's like it cheapens the relationship of the previous ones every single time, because it's like you just do this with everyone. Now let's look at Monogatari. Let's look at that beautiful example. Why does he help the girl? Because he has this complex of justice and whatever. It's part of his character, and it's a problem because he feels like he has to help everybody except himself. He never helps himself. And the author like subverts that. Let's look at Orisuki. I hope I really am saying the name correctly. The main character is just doing it because he wants to. He wants to like make do whichever one is left. He'll take. You know, he's very selfish, and I like that. Let's look at Date I Live, which is a harem show I watched, and I regret every second of. I regret every day. I mean, the main character, dates one, then moves on to the other, then moves on to the other, then the other, and then the other, and then the other, and the other, and the other. And then every time he's like, I care about you, please stop. And it's like, you cheapen it every single time. It becomes cheapened more and more and more and more. And it's just annoying. And I do not like that. Harem shows are really a waste of potential because there's so many things you can do, um just look at Monogatari or Oritsuki. Like those are the peak harems for me. I think some shows that are just pure harems and like are like, they're nothing else, they're just harems to the core, can work if you give it a proper ending, like someone does win at the end. Or I just didn't waste 12 episodes of my life just to get cock teased and then like no one wins in the end and it's just the status quo remains. This is why I'm not watching Rent a Girlfriend, because I've read the manga, and even up to the manga, they're just stretching out the story, and it's like, I don't mind reading harems or watching harems for like as a trash thing. I usually watch it like Data Live, which I regret. I watch it as I watch those trash things, those trash shows or trashy shows. I watch them after I watch a great show, so that I don't watch like a next show and then my opinion of the show is tampered by the previous show. It's what me and my friend like to we call it the great show syndrome, um, or after a great show syndrome, where basically it's like I can't stop thinking of the previous show, so I feel sorry for whatever show I have to like watch next. So I'll just watch something trashy to get to have that in between. So that's where I watched Data Live, and I regretted it. I regretted it. Maybe if it was one season, it wouldn't have bothered me, but by the time I reached, I think it was the third season, and I was so not invested. I just wanted to skip to everything. Like I just put it on the background, and I just wanted to finish it because I don't like starting things and not finishing it if I don't completely hate it. And I didn't hate it. I just didn't really like it, and I was reaching close to hating it. But at the same time, I was already in season 3. I've devoted so many hours of my life to this. I might as well finish it. And I'm surprised that it got 3 seasons and movies. Like, why do people like these things so much? It's not nice. These are not good. These characters are not well written. The circumstances don't even make sense to like make the harem things. Let's talk about a good harem that plays it strictly harem. Like it doesn't try to do anything else. High School DxD. It's harem. It's a harem. But guess what it does? It has nice male character. Wow. Congratulations, High School. And it has a main girl, which is Rias. You never doubt it at the end, even though sometimes he like kind of forgets about her. But at the end of the day, it happens. He did confess to her at the end of the 4th season, so it's like I felt rewarded for sitting through all that thing. And it has a great plot. Like Angel's things, it has a good plot. Because not everything is revolved around the romance, it has a perviness to it, which, that's a whole other factor, but it's great. And at the end of every season, they remind you, Rias is the main bitch, okay? Do not forget that. Because they have the main person. You can have a main girl and then still have a side thing, either because they're not dating or he doesn't see them romantically. Again, Monogatari and Orisuki, 2 great harems. Whatever. Harem shows, man. Harem fucking shows. Now let's talk about the stereotypes. You have to have the tsundere, the yandere, or maybe not the yandere, but all the rays in it, and it's like nothing to it. I like tsunderes that give you a reason why they're tsunderes, as much as I didn't like Torodoro or whatever it's called, Taiga, I could believe why she's a tsundere. It's just how she has a very complex about her size, and then people always mention it. Well, I didn't hate that show, but I have a lot of problems with it. Maybe I should discuss that one of these days. But regardless, like, ah, but it's like, just don't give me these bland character stereotypes and then give me one sad backstory that will just in their small little arc is gonna be resolved, and then after that they're just in the background. Or let's go back to Data Live. The characters' interactions are pretty much the same for most of the time. Like girls' lives don't revolve around you if they're in love with you. Okay, like they have other things to do. You have other things to do. That's you know, like harems are not always bad. Harems that are just purely harems that it's like they're nothing else. You can just watch them. But harems that are just bad, like okay, harem has a certain quality, right? When it's done good. Then there's like the greats, which is like Monogatari and Oritsuki, which subverted in some way. Then there's harem, which is just like the base form. And when it's like just the base harem, I can watch it and have no problems with it, and even enjoy myself at the silliness in it, right? Oh yeah, High School DxD is also one of the greats, but well, whatever. And then then you have the trashy ones, which is like they're even trashier than the regular ones, which are already trashy, but you can just enjoy them and just for what they are. But then trashy ones just there are some things that are just fundamentally that I just cannot overlook. Let's look at Data Live again. Why are we looking at this again? One simple reason: the main girl is, I don't even remember her name because I didn't care. The purple one. And I think it was the third season where they were dealing with the blue hair girl that can like hypnotize, and they had the purple girl captured. He's going crazy, the main character, right? He's like, I need to save her and this and that. But it's like, why you need to save her? The show hasn't up to this point ever at one instant told in me, apart from the season finales where they want to remind you, oh yeah, she's the first girl, just don't forget that, all right? They would just apart from that, like I do not believe that he cares about her more than he cares about the other ones, even by a little. If anything, I think that he cares about her less because he always sounds annoyed whenever she wants to help him. Harem shows, man, this is what they are. If you like them, that's fine, but I cannot like them. or like I can enjoy them, but I can never like them. Or I can love some of them if they're handled very well, because there are good ones out there. But there are good ones, you know. There's also another thing with harem shows that I guess, like, I don't really have a problem with this because this is in romance a lot, but in anime romance, but harems have it a lot. The blushing and the like, the clothes falling, and the walking into the room, which is comical. And like I said, a regular harem that is just pure haremness to its core can handle it great. But when a trashy harem tries to do it, it's just like you already suck. Now you're bringing these already cliches within the cliches. Nah, fam, don't do that. Now let's talk about these trashy isekai harems, which I kind of like. I find them more endearing. What can I say? Why do I like them more? Because it has fantasy in it. I'm just a sucker for fantasy. Because why do I be doing this? Okay. I like fantasy, so I'm more interested in. Oh look, there is an elf. Like that's literally it. Because like at least you have more diversity, I would say, within the girls, even though they still stick to their stereotypes. But I just like fantasy, so I enjoy, oh, magic and this and that, and usually has action somewhere in it in between. So yeah, cool. But anyways, 19 minutes, almost 19 minutes of talking about harems. I need to stop. I just don't like them. I don't know if you like them. Tell me if you do, and then we can have a little discussion or whatever. But anyways, yeah, thank you for listening.